Morning. So I just been talking to a friend lately. Been trying to learn no stretch, so I thought I'd put up a video. I'm not going to edit this video because I don't have time for that. But hopefully it will cover most things, if not everything, for everyone. You know, this is just the way that I do it. It's not like the best way, it's not the worst way. There are other ways of doing it, obviously. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to do a full stainless steel Fralien 6-ply 28 gauge frames. So that's off a 26 gauge decored, which I've already got prepped. So we don't have to go through the whole prepping of the decored, but I will prep the frames and staple for you, and then fuse it on the DeWalt and see how we go. Alright, I'll flip the camera around and start this prep. So we're using 28 gauge old lightning vape spool, which I still have, pretty cool. And the new wire up them, it's the same wire up them, stainless steel 0.3. Tools I'm going to use are these flat nose rhino horn things, some snips, hot glue, and of course the hot glue torch. Here's my decored all prepped up. I've got what have I got there, 600mm. I'm not sure what that is in inches. 6 times 8 is what it would be. I'm not going to do math this early in the morning. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning here where I am. I've only had one coffee. Alright, so I'm going to pull out 500mm of 28 gauge for the frames. I've got marks on my bench, which really help sometimes. I just pull it off the spool, give it a little bit of a tug. This is the ribbon now, just a tiny wee tug. One, two, three. So we'll do 3 pieces of ribbon. We're going to fold it in half to make 6. I'll try and keep everything in camera, in view. But obviously, if you've seen my channel tutorials, there's not many of them on there. Just move up here a little bit. I can't really see what's going on. I'm just looking over the top. I need some 38 gauge or 40. Doesn't really matter. Just leftover bit on a spool. We'll use this to tie up the ends. I thought I'd do a whole, the whole tutorial rather than just the fusing. just in case there's people out there who want to learn how to do a Fralien as well. I'm using stainless steel. I'm probably going to end up vaping this one later. So I've just folded everything in half. Now I'm just going to get the round wire on the outside, get the ribbon all lined up on the inside so it's not lying over the top of each other. This is of course proving to be a pain in the ass on camera. Pop one side out and then the other side pops out. It's always the case. Stainless steel, it's a little bit trickier to work with than Nichrome 80. Nichrome 90 sort of has the same characteristics but a little bit softer. If you're learning to do this, I would suggest Nichrome 80 or even Kanthal. Like, you could just get a cheap spool of Kanthal, and if you don't like vaping Kanthal, it's easy enough just to throw it away afterwards. Alright, so I have everything lined up in here. I'll throw on the macro clip so you can see. So everything is lined up in there. Sorry about the fingernails, been quite busy lately. Alright, and now I'll just wrap the 38 gauge around there. Keeping everything in line. Give it a good few tight wraps. Alright, I'm happy with that. I'll cut off the ends here, and then I'll grab this 38 gauge again. I might just bring this camera down a little bit so I can see what's going on. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so I'll just wrap that around about 5 times. Pull it down just a touch. What that's doing is it's keeping everything nice and straight, so that when I hot glue it, there's no gap up here. Because sometimes if you wrap this and your fingers that are holding the wire, they can hold the frames and some ribbon apart, and you'll end up with a gap up in here. So what this wire here does, just keeps everything nice and tight in there. Right, so I'll hot glue that now. Don't have to use hot glue. I would recommend it though, just to keep everything nice and snug. Heating up the wire, dip it in the glue. Alright, that's all you want to end up with. Just a bit of glue over that wrap wire there. Let that cool down a little bit. Alright, now you can, like people do, use water to run their fingers down here, keeping you know, getting the ribbon to stick together. I don't generally do that. I don't find you need to. I'm just going to flip the camera so I can see. Alright, so I have my swivel here. Got my swivel here. I'll put the frames and ribbon onto the swivel. I'll run my fingers in front. Right, so we've got the tie wire there. Run your fingers down, just getting everything in line, and come down with this bit of tie wire behind it. Sometimes you'll find the tie wire might stick a little bit. That's just a little bit of a rough edge on the frames, I guess. Get down to the bottom, about 3/4 of an inch away from the end. Tie that off. Ten reps should be enough. You don't have to go overboard. Cut off the tails. Glue that end. I've gone 6-ply. I think I said 5-ply at the start, but I've gone 6. And then you end up like that. So yeah, basically the same as everyone else does their frame staple prep. Maybe just a couple of things different, I don't know. That's just how I do it anyway. Alright, so I've just cut off the tail ends, make it a little bit tidier for the drill. Then I just go like this. Find the center. So we've got 6-ply, so you want to have 3 on each side. Find the third ribbon and the frames. Push them over like so. Bring it back to tidy it up a little bit. Keep everything nice and tight. Prep is everything with these. You would have heard other people say that before. They're not lying. Check the end in the drill there. Alright, that's 13 minutes in and we have a prepped frame staple ready for an alien fuse. So what I do now is I sit down on my fat ass, put a clamp on the drill just to keep everything nice and snug. Helps to keep those frames straight and the ribbon in line. My drill's got a bit of a downward slope, so I've just adjusted the height of the swivel in there. Got everything locked in, that's closed up. All of the ribbon is nicely in line. Just run your fingers down it anyway, just to be sure. Alright, so this no stretch it's a bit of a, there's a little bit of a knack to it. Like once you've done it a few times, when I say a few times, it doesn't really matter how many times it takes you to do it. You will get it. It's just a matter of getting used to the feel of the wire leaving your hand, and knowing how much tension to squeeze or grip, so to speak. Yeah, so let's give this a go anyway. Well, I've got my decored here. I've just opened it up. Just open it up so I can wrap it around the cores here. A lot of people will wrap the decored or any fuse around the crow's foot, this bit here. I don't tend to do that. I just wrap it around the cores because it's going to stay there anyway. I also use moisture. I'll just get a little bit of, I've got like this foam water thing. Just buy it from your local post shop or whatever. I think they use it to keep your fingers wet for paper, I'll just catch a vape. Got the Kennedy today. Nice black one. 25mm Vindicator. Some 4-core staggered fuse clip-ins in there. Alright, so I'll just get my finger a little bit wet. Kind of just rub it all in. Dry it off on you. Pat it off on your pants a little bit so it's not too wet. And then I just grab it from where it's not stretched and where it is stretched. Kind of, if you know what I mean. Try and bring it closer. Right, so there's where the stretch is ended. I'll just grab it there, pull it down. Not too tight. I don't know how I can show this on camera properly. I'll turn my stand around for a start so I can tilt down a bit more. Oh, there you go. That's nice. Alright, so I'll just wet my fingers again a little bit. You notice if you wet your fingers and then you start touching other things, they'll dry up really quick. But if you wet your fingers and you're just holding this, it stays really, really nice and moist. Moist. Alright, so I've got my fingers where I've pre-stretched a little bit, and where it's not stretched I can see that it's not stretched quite enough. I'll show you what happens when it's not stretched enough and when it's stretched too much. Hopefully I don't ruin the prep on this. I'd go over the top when I'm fusing. I know a lot of people go down underneath. It's just the way that I've found easier for me. I can actually see it from where I'm looking. I can actually see it coming over. I can see it fusing on. So that's why I do it over the top. Alright, so this is, if you don't hold it tight enough, this is what happens. So you get that enigma looking result. I'll cut that off there, back that off. So that's if you don't stretch it enough. What I might do actually is I'll fuse right to the almost the end, and then I'll do a I'll fuse it too tight. I'll overstretch it. Yeah, I'll overstretch it and show you what happens there at the end, just so I don't waste this prep and then have to do it again. Alright. So basically, yeah, like I said before, it's just a matter of feeling with your finger and thumb, just the wire leaving your hand. You'll be able to feel it spread if you've got the right angle on your thumb, I guess. I generally hold mine pinched like so. Alright, let's go. You can hold it quite close, or you can hold it further away. I like to hold it further away. It gives me more of that sort of movement to play with. Get it started, make sure you're on the right stretch, and away you go. As you're fusing, you'll be able to see your stretch in here. You really can't see that. Yeah, you'll be able to see that it's stretching enough or not enough. Particularly if you're going fast enough, it looks just like your wire sitting still. And you can see the how far open it is or how far closed it is. I really can't get this camera to focus properly. There we go. Yeah. Alright, so it's just a matter of doing it over and over again. Practice makes perfect. It's a really hard one to explain a no stretch. But I can feel the wire leaving my fingers. I'm not holding it too tight. Alright, so I've got to a point where I've got enough for 2 4-wrap coils. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to make this one a low build, low resistance build. Fucking camera. And this, I'll show you what happens when you haven't got it. Oh no. Okay. Everything's come undone on me. Alright, so I'll show you what happens when you don't stretch it enough. Actually, I'll stretch it, I'll overstretch it first. I'll hold it too tight. This is what happens when you hold it too tight. Okay, you get this sort of effect here. I don't know if you can see it, there you go. it starts fusing real funny. And sometimes you can actually overstretch it so much you can collapse the whole stack. You don't really want that at all. And I'll just go and cut that. I'll cut this here, leave it on there. I'll put it back around. So yeah, that's just how I tie alien fuse onto frames, onto prep. Right, this is a understretch. See if we can't get an enigma, eh? Alright, so that's understretch. You can see, yeah, it goes sort of enigma-like, four-sided. It's also collapsed, I think. I don't know, I can't quite see. Yeah, it has collapsed. So when it collapses, you get a wire, a ribbon that so like all your ribbon is like that. One will pop out and go like that and sit over the top of all the rest of them. You don't, yeah. You can still vape that. It's not ideal. You want everything to be nice and stacked up on top of each other. I will cut this off and I'll show you what my decor looks like right now. Just put my macro on, flip the camera. Hopefully you'll be able to see. So you can see where it's not stretched and where it's starting to stretch. It's a little bit understretched there, just from what we've done just now. But then as you get further up, the stretch opens up a lot more. But yeah, like I say, it's all about feel. The more you do it, the more you get used to that feel, the more you'll get it each and every time. Right, I'm just going to cut this off here, get my 3mm bit, because this will go into a 25mm RDA. I'm not sure which one yet. Actually, I picked up a V-Guard Elite. No, the post holes are a bit wide for that. I'll find something to put it in. I'll take some photos, chuck them up on Instagram for you. I did forget to mention, you can use sliders if you're just starting. I should have probably shown that. I'm just so used to not using them. You don't, obviously, you don't really need them. They're good training wheels though. But I will say, the more you use a slider, the more stopping and starting you'll have to do. The more stopping and starting you have to do, the more gaps you get in your fuse. It's less consistent that way. 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to spread these apart just a little. Being stainless steel, you don't want hot spots, so I just spread my wraps apart just a little bit. A better way to do that is to parallel fuse a round wire in with the ribbon build. Round wire builds you can spread pretty decently, but yeah, with ribbon wire builds, if you're gonna have a gap in the wraps, it's better to parallel fuse a round wire in with it, and then just take out that round wire once you've fused it up. Looking for my macro clip. It's on the back of my phone. Alright, and this is what we've ended up with. So yeah, I'll take those coils, I'll insert them into a RDA, and I will just pulse them a little bit to get rid of any impurities left after being washed, and then install some cotton and have a mean vape. These will be just under 0.1 ohm resistance, not too low, just a nice warm vape on a single battery mech. Alright, so if you like this video, if you learnt something from this video, let me know in the comments. Give it a like, give it a dislike. If you didn't like my method, just dislike it. If you like my method, give it a like. If you've got any other coil questions that you haven't found on YouTube, give me a message on Instagram, I guess. ohmchasercoils, all one word, on Instagram, or I'm on Facebook. ohm.chaser.coils is my business page. Also, I have a group on Facebook, ohmchasercoils worldwide. Come join it. When you go to join, you'll have to answer some questions, but once you've answered those questions, the gate just opens right up for you. Just be good on there, don't be silly. Share your coils, share what you've built. Yeah, thanks guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. But yeah, like I say, I'm happy to help anyone. If you've got any questions, just either drop them in the comments here, or hit me up on Instagram, Facebook Messenger. I'm always there. I'm happy to help. Alright, Ohmchaser out.